Name one thing we underestimate about men. I'll go first.
Men's feelings. You can see it all the time online. There's always some woman online talking about a man needs to make sure her feelings are reassured, how she needs to feel secured, how she needs to feel validated. Me. That's all you fucking hear. You never hear about a woman talking about how a man should feel reassured and validated and secured as well. Because, he's human with human emotions. A lot of y'all are fucking selfish. You don't let that man know it's okay for him to come talk to you. It's okay for him to come vent. It's okay for him to come cry. It's okay. No, because the man is afraid to come and talk to you because he's afraid that you're going to weaponize his feelings and use it against him later. A man has to sit in the car for 15 minutes because sitting in that lonely car is more safer than going home to his wife or girlfriend. But happy wife, happy life, right? Because as long as the woman is happy, that relationship is doing just fine, no matter how that man is feeling. And that, my friend, is fucked up.
Welcome to another episode of the Watch Your Mouth podcast. This is episode 2. I'm so excited. I have a new format that I'm trying out. I have a panel of women and I also have a panel of men. Due to scheduling conflicts, I was not able to get both men and women on at the same time. But on episode 3, this is what I plan to do. So episode 2, this episode is it's a venting episode, right? We're going to vent. We're going to explore the differences that we have with men and women in dating in the year 2021, okay? My Facebook page is a place where we go and we have a lot of fun, right? Have different topics and stuff like that. So I said, the first episode was, do you deserve a spouse? This episode is, what are your gripes that you have with the opposite sex, right? How hard is it for you to date as a man in 2021, as a woman in 2021? The ladies, they had a lot to say, so fellas, take notes. And ladies, the men, we definitely had our points that we made at the end of the video. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'm not going to take too much time because it's going to be a lengthy episode. And I'm not going to cut too much out of this episode because I feel like there are so many jewels from the women's side and from the men's side. So hopefully we can come together and learn from each other, right? And once again, for those who don't know, the Watch Your Mouth podcast is created by yours truly. I am Johnny Deck. And my purpose of this podcast is to have an open dialogue between men and women so that we can bring the salon talk and the barbershop talk together, right? So that we can have a mutual understanding and speak to each other and not at each other. I appreciate you guys for stopping by the Watch Your Mouth podcast. I hope you guys enjoy. And when you get a chance, check out Cayman Jacks. Very, very delicious. Some call them wine coolers. I just call them margaritas, right? They are 5.8% alcohol. And they come in various flavors. My favorite is the Cuban mojito, but I drank all of them, sadly. So I'm drinking the margarita right now. You can find them at your local drugstore. You can also find them at Publix. You can find them at your liquor store. Once again, that's Cayman Jacks. They're delicious. As you can see, this one is empty. I have to go back to the liquor store and get me another one. Thank you for watching Watch Your Mouth podcast, and I hope you guys enjoy this show. Again, I'm your host, Johnny Deck, and I have my first female panel here. We have 3 lovely young ladies that's going to go through these topics with me today. And the topic of discussion today for episode 2 is dating in 2021. So we're going to start at the top of the room, and then we're going to go around the room and have everybody introduce themselves and give a brief overview of where everybody is with the dating situation and what they've been experiencing. We're going to start with Mr. Tasha.
Well, you start with me. Well, Tasha Fabian, and I live in Atlanta. I've been divorced for quite a while, but I'm okay with that. I am dating, but I just kind of take it easy. And if I like you, I like you. If I don't, I don't. And, you just have to kind of, I guess, take your time and see where a person is before you see how serious you're going to take them. So that's where I am as far as the dating goes.
Okay, we're going to go to Miss Gabriella.
Okay, my name is Gabby. I actually don't live in Atlanta. I live in the Bay Area in California. Dating hasn't been the easiest, but I think for the first time I might be into something that's real. But it took a long time, and I'm pretty much like the first woman who spoke. I need to be able to see what you're about. I'm not going to just jump into anything willingly. Definitely one of those people that I got to feel I got to feel your vibe if it's going to maybe work. I don't know. I definitely got to feel how you are. So it's hard for some people to understand and other people understand it. It just depends on how they are with spiritually. So I'm one of those people. I definitely got to feel that in order to know if it's going to work. Kind of the same thing like with conversation. Some people can tell by conversation if it's going to work or not. It's like that with me. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And last but not least, Miss Kimbria.
Hi. So I actually just moved from Georgia to Texas. So new area, new surroundings. I am also an artist, singer / actor. So for my fans out there, I am dating, but but
Uh-oh.
You loser?
Lost her?
You lost her. Well, hopefully she makes her way back. I guess I promise you it wasn't me. I promise you it wasn't me. She
That she moved from Atlanta.
Yeah, she moved from Atlanta to Texas.
So you cut her off to call?
Oh nah. I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know. One of her fans got mad and ended the link or whatever the case may be. So she'll be back though. I'm pretty sure that she'll be back. Maybe her phone died or something like that. So I have a couple of things, right, that I have written down, right. And I have 3 buzzwords. I know, Gabby, we spoke about this briefly at one point in time, right? And it's three words that seem to definitely get a huge response and reaction when we mention them. The first word is submission, right? The second word is cooperation. And the third word is competition, right? These 3 words, for whatever reason, seem to always follow with a lot of emotions behind them and a lot of strong reactions when it comes to speaking to, modern women about those 3 things, right? So we're going to go around the room and we're going to start with you, Gabby. How do you feel when someone mentions the word submission? A man mentions the word submission.
I mean, I'm not one to take things personal in general, unless, you're really like directing it towards me. But in general, regarding submission, it doesn't bother me. I don't mind submitting to the right man, but I'm not going to let the blind lead me. So like I had said, like I'm a pretty good judge of character, so I could typically tell, and it's probably anybody that probably knows me is like, yeah, right. Consider who my baby daddy is. But growing from that situation, I think so now, I don't mind submitting. It's not going to anger me. But I do know what you're talking about. I do know that there's women who have been through hell and back who feel like, why do I have to submit to a man? And it can be split. There can be women who feel that way because they've had to do everything themselves. Or there might be some trauma that's attached to that. And the word submissive brings back a lot of traumatic memories. So I guess it just depends on who you're speaking to.
Okay.
But me personally, I don't get flustered off of that.
What about competition? Stating that maybe that there is a competition out here to find a good man. And you're competing against other women.
I think there's competition in general for men and women, but I think my personal competition is who I am as a person. I mean, I'm as real as you're gonna get, you know. And I'm not saying I'm the only one out there. There's a handful of women who are in the same category as me who are real. You know, we're very genuine people, and I think that should be something worth being scared about, because at least right now, it seems there's a lot of women who are not true to themselves. And me personally, I just feel like any man will never win with someone who can't even be true to themselves, having that as a person next to them. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. Yeah.
Okay, and the last word is cooperation. How do you feel when because the most important thing that a man wants from the woman is cooperation. It's not sex. It's not anything that they may think is cooperation. So how do you feel about that?
I think that that's really important, but I think cooperation also needs to come equally from both parts. I've been in a situation where cooperation was expected on my end, but it wasn't happening from his. And it's like, okay, well, how do you expect this to work? You know, you can't be one person doing more work than the other. And no matter how you want to look at it, like, cooperation at the end of the day is work. You know, you got to work towards something together. I don't mind cooperating, if that's the word that people want to use. Again, I'm not somebody who takes things personal. If you direct it from me, then maybe, you know. But cooperation is not going to get me flustered. I think it is important in a relationship. I think a woman does need to know where she stands. But I think also, in order for a woman to know where she stands, a man has to be vocal about that. Women have a tendency to, I don't want to hate to say it like this, but jump to conclusions, and they read off of a little sign that he did. He must mean we're together. But you can't expect a woman to cooperate if you haven't been vocal about where she stands in your life.
I agree, 1000%. You have to be vocal about that. Kimbria's phone died, so she just texted me and said she's going to try to get back in once she gets some juice. All right, Miss Natasha, we're going to start with the word submission. How do you feel about the word submission? You got to submit to your man, honey. How do you feel about that?
Not submit to your man, you submit to your husband.
Okay.
That gives you time and opportunity to see if that's the person that you feel are able to submit to. So you have a lot of things that come into play along that path of becoming a husband and wife. And I think you should submit to every man that you have a relationship with, because see, people bring a lot of things into your life that they're bringing with them from their life, that come from their upbringing and, you know, where they've been in their life. And if those things are not things that you're in agreement with, then you're always going to have friction, and you're probably going to get divorced. It's not going to end. So you should go around fitting. And that's how a lot of women, I think, end up with a bunch of different children, different baby daddies, because of they are trying to make something work under the presumption that it's going to, you know, it's going to end in marriage. And I think that you do this disagreed on what way the relationship is going.
Okay. What about competition? How do you feel about the word competition, saying that there are not enough good guys out there and the good husbands available for women to snatch out here and become wives? How do you feel about the word competition?
Well, I don't really think of it as a competition. You attract what you are. And, you know, a lot of it's kind of like if you look at the formation of a gang, people that smoke marijuana, they can find each other. People that like cocaine find each other. It's a natural flow. So if you're not in the right place, a lot of times you're going to find a person that's not in the right place either.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can get with that.
Competing and like saying, okay, I got to really it up because, you know, this woman is doing this or this woman is looking like that. I don't really get involved in all of those kind of things, because then I'm stepping outside of who I am. So I wouldn't be a person who is truly what I'm looking for, because at that point I'm not really my true self.
Gotcha. And cooperation. How does that make you feel as far as cooperating with your man?
Well, if you want to get along with people, you're going to have to cooperate. Going to have to be some flexibility, you know, for everybody. Because now you're coming into stuff. Sometimes people have children, they have other, people that they used to be involved with. You have to work those things out. And I used to laugh at my grandfather when he talked about people that got married and they thought they were supposed to be happy. And he would say, who told you you're supposed to be happy? You're supposed to be committed. You're not supposed to be happy.
Right, I hear that too. That marriage is about duty. Yeah.
And he said, if a person is not happy with themselves every day, how in the world could they be happy with another person every day? It's not.
Absolutely. Welcome back, Miss Kimbrell. So we were going around the room and I was giving 3 buzzwords, right, that we hear all the time, and your response to those 3 words. The first word is submission. How do you feel about the word submission and submitting to your man?
Ooh, I'm a different kind of because I actually am the type that would be submissive to my mate. I'm more of the submissive type. I think growing up in the church and hearing, oh, you're supposed to submit to your husband and this and that, and I think I was like, okay, well, if this is what the Bible says, then that's how we should be. Now, I grew up in a household, my mom wasn't very submissive. And so I would always think, well, maybe that's what's wrong with the relationships and stuff. It's because women just want to rule everything. I don't know. I'm just a different type, because I run into a lot of women that be like, what? Submit? What are you talking about? And I'm like, I mean, that's, I don't mean like just let my man run all over me, let my husband run all over me and do whatever he wants to do. No, but I'm just not a person with a lot of mouth and a lot of attitude and I'm not gonna take this and I'm not gonna do that. I don't know. I think I'm just different. I'm more of, let's sit down, let's talk. I'm kind of like a tree hugger type. I just like everything nice and peaceful.
I got you. Okay, so what about the word cooperation? You got to cooperate with your man. How you feel about that?
Absolutely. Cooperate. That's the only way to make something work. You can't have a machine that's supposed to run smoothly if one part of the machine say, you know what, I ain't gonna do this part even though that's what I'm supposed to do. I want to do what this is doing over there. Like, no, you're supposed to, if you want everything to run smoothly, then there's gonna have to be some give and take. There's gonna have to be some times where you just agree to disagree, or whatever. I don't know, I'm different. I think I said that already. I'm different.
Okay, so the last word is competition, right? How do you feel when people say that, hey, girl, it's a competition out here. You got to compete to get you a good man out here because they few and far between. How do you feel about that?
I'm also really big-headed, so I feel like I ain't got to compete with nobody. I'll be like, what do you mean compete? To say that, there's not a lot of good men out there, so we really have to fight for the good ones. I just don't see a whole lot in me that's like, okay, I gotta compete, I gotta fight for this man or whatever. If he wants me, then he's gonna do what he has to do if he wants me. Now, if he wants me and that girl over there and that girl over there and whoever, I feel like I'd actually see that. I'd actually catch on to that and say, okay, well, you don't seem like you are actually really about me. But I don't feel like I should have to compete. I feel like if somebody really wants me and wants to get to know me, they're not really looking at anybody else. And so I don't really think about competing.
Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second, right? Because we live in the age of 2021, and a lot of women say, oh, I got options. Right? So if a woman has options, then and a man has options, right? Then how do you get to the point of zoning in to that one person that you're interested in? I guess my question is, do you feel like nowadays we're oversaturated with options? And this is an open question. This is for anybody to chime in on.
I think it depends on who you're asking. Again, everything that you're going to ask, it depends on who you're asking. Some people are going to be like, oh yeah, you know, you're going to get the question that most people are going to say, well, you know, yeah, I'm going to go get my body done and get this man, because that's at least what I see, you know. I'm not doing that. I believe in personal chemistry. If we mess around with each other and we really like each other and we really feel each other, we're going to know that it's going to be something that we both have to have a mutual agreement with and understanding. Again, you have to be vocal. I'm not going to be left guessing or trying to figure out because you don't want to tell me. I'm not playing those games. So there's a lot of women that are playing those games, that are entertaining men like that. I've lived that course in my life. Don't want to relive it. I'm more focused on dealing with somebody who wants to deal with me. I've been put on the back burner before. I've been the woman where I had oh my God, what are we? You know, and I'm too scared to ask. Man, forget all that. And the last thing is too, like, if you got a second guess to think about being with me, you can go back and be with the second girl, because I'm not a second choice. I'm not a hesitant option. I want somebody to come correct. So if you gonna come with me, there needs not to be a second thought.
She
okay.
said, "Come correct." I feel you snapping your fingers over here. What about you, Natasha? I see you over there in the corner. You smiling over there, Natasha. You got something to say?
I like her answer. Did you want to restate your question?
I guess my question is, do you feel like there's, in this day and age with so much exposure, I mean, I guess you got social media, you have online dating, you still meet people the conventional way, in person or whatever the case may be. Do you feel like because of the new influx of options that it's maybe harder to get to know one person because of overexposure of options?
I don't think a lot of the things that people think are options are really options. I really think time, and it's like you're flipping through a catalog, like, do I want to talk to this one or that one? But you never really take the time to know the person that you're looking at. You don't even really know what the person is presenting to you online is even. And it takes time to find out. It takes you, about 2 years maybe to get to know someone. And to get to just keep going through people that you meet online, you know, how serious is that person about really looking for someone to seriously spend their life with? So it depends on what they're looking for. If they're just looking to kill time, online is I guess it's great. You can speed date, you can just kind of blow through people and not really ever take the time to get to know them. Or if you want to really apply yourself, work hard to get to know someone, you'll get to know them in and out, you'll get to know them very well, but you would know if that person is worth your time, I think, in a less amount of time. So I think that what you think of as an option may not necessarily be an option. I think you're just fooling yourself.
That's a good response. I can concur with that. I say the same thing, right? I think that online dating works the same way that pornography can work when it comes to sex, right? Because it can desensitize you into thinking. You ever met a guy who watched too much porn and he's just not there with you mentally? I feel like online dating is like that too, because it's almost like it desensitizes you. You're not really genuine in trying to get to know that one person because you're not used to getting to know someone. You're used to swiping left and right, like she said in the catalog, going left and right, left and right.
And I'd like to add that society doesn't help with that. Society is actually enforcing people to kind of go through people like their options. Okay. They don't help with that. That's my opinion.
One issue that I tend to run into, because like I said before, my phone died on me earlier.
like I said, I'm an artist. And so I'm on social media a lot. I post a lot of videos. I post a lot of different things of me singing, acting, doing a lot of different things. And I get a lot of people and a lot of guys in my inbox that quote unquote want to get to know me. And a lot of the times they tend to fall or be crazy about the person that they see online rather than really trying to get to know me. They're like, oh, you're so cute, you're so sexy, you're so this, I just want to get, and then it turns out they kind of just really want to see what I can do under the sheets. But eventually I find that out because it's easy for me to weed through these guys because they end up letting you know who they are. They try to portray themselves as one way, what they think I'm looking for. And then before you know it, they've already grown weary of trying to be that person. Now they're ready to be themselves. And once they start being themselves, then I'm like, okay, you're not the same person that you were
Portraying yourself to be. You were trying to be who you thought I wanted. And that's not who you are. So eventually that person came out. Absolutely. And so for me, it's like, okay, there's like 5 guys sitting here. They're all saying the same thing. Eventually, this one falls off, this one falls off, this one falls off, because somewhere they have said something or done something that made me go, ew. Okay, no. No, not you. No, not you. So yeah, the online dating scene does desensitize a lot, but at the same time, it's you find out whether the person is really trying to get to know you quickly. In my experience, it's very fast for me to find out if they're really trying to get to know me or if they're just trying to. Okay. Gotcha. They're just trying to be physical with you. I know you got your daughter right there with you, so I'm gonna be very intentional with my words. Okay. Mm-hmm. So all right. So I have some more topics here, right? When I look on Facebook, I see a lot of arguments and discussions, right? And it seems to be a war or a battle in between these two types of mindsets, right? You have on this side, you have let's split everything down the middle, right? And on this side is the man taking care of everything or the majority of everything, and the woman is taking care of the ancillary things, right? So how do you women feel? And I'm glad that we have this diverse panel, right? Because she's in Cali, you're in Texas, you're in Atlanta, and you guys are in different places in your lives. So how do you guys feel about your man being that traditional, kind of like your grandfather might have been, who bring home the bacon and tell his wife, hey, I want some soup when I get home, you know what I mean? So on and so forth. Or, everybody going to work, everybody contributing to everything, everybody doing half of everything. How do you guys feel about those type of gender roles? We can start with you, Gabby.
So I've kind of been on both sides of the end. My grandpa was the breadwinner. Grandma stayed home, but my mom, unfortunately, had some leech of men. So she took care of everything, took on the bulk of everything. I personally lived living with someone, not actually live with somebody, but taking care of a man. Super ashamed that I did that, but kind of I did. And it's because I really thought that I, saw the best in this person, but the best never came out. So when it comes to these kind of questions, I think it comes down to your experience and what you're willing to tolerate. So at this point, since I've lived both sides and I've seen both sides, I don't mind, not necessarily, it's not that I have a problem with helping down the middle. I advocate for whatever we as together cumulatively as a couple come up with. That's what we do. If he happens to make more and he, then cool. If that's what he wants to do, I'm never going to expect somebody to take care of me, because I watched my mom take care of all of us and bust her ass. You know what I mean? So I'm always going to be prepared for that. But I don't mind working with somebody to become one, you know, because that's ultimately the goal. But I've been with somebody as well that was super, I want to pay for everything, you know, and it was weird because it's like, you know, I don't got a problem, you know, helping you. And it just seemed that, I don't know, it stressed him out or something. And I don't ever want to be somebody contributing to your stress, you know? So I think it just depends on the relationship, on what you guys are trying to build, on the intent of the person. So if they're okay with you just like taking care of them, then obviously that's a problem, right? I think there needs to be a mutual understanding, especially in this day and age, because what worked back then doesn't necessarily work now, especially with inflation, at least where I live, right? Rent is crazy.
Oh, hell yeah. You in the Bay? Shit.
So there's a lot of people who are still living or in relationships that should have ended a long time ago because they can't live on their own. And so I think that has a lot to do with your question. Me personally, I don't mind splitting down the middle or making or finding a happy medium within the relationship to whatever percentage that person is okay with paying with. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, so you want your man to take the trash out though, right?
I mean, I take the trash out too, but yes, I would prefer to take the trash out, yes.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just
there's certain things that I of course I don't like to do, but that I would prefer he do, but that doesn't mean that I don't know how to do it. No, never. I'm never going to put myself in a position where I don't know how to do for myself or my children.
How do you feel about the 50-50 versus the man paying for the majority of the bills and you just pretty much playing your feminine role?
My response to that is times definitely has changed.
Mm-hmm.
I run into more guys that are like, they're expecting the split. They're expecting the split. They want the split. They're like, oh no, you paying some bills too. And so I'm like, okay, well, if you're expecting me to pay some bills and contribute to the household, then that means you're expecting me to have a job.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just gonna work any job. I'm gonna work the job that I want.
Mm-hmm.
So if it has me working long hours, if it has me working overtime and stuff, if it's something that I want to do, I'm gonna do. So you're not gonna be able to say, oh no, I want you home more, or I want this, or I want that. Well, I'm working to make the money that I want so that I can take care of the things in the house that I'm supposed to take care of and have money of my own
Mm-hmm.
to do with what I want to. So, you know, if that's what you want, like if you're like, oh, well, I want to work and I want to take care of everything myself, and I just want you to stay home and be a housewife, I'm still gonna probably have a work from home job because I'd rather have my own money. I don't really, you know, I don't have a problem with contributing to bills or anything. None of that is a problem for me. I definitely want to be able to have my own money though, because I don't want to have to come to you whenever I want something. And you get to decide, oh, well, I don't think you need that. So no, I'm not gonna, you know. So, I mean, splitting the bills and stuff, I have no problem with that whatsoever. Taking care of the things, because to piggyback a little bit, like I've definitely been in a few relationships where I definitely took care of my man, and I'm not looking for another relationship like that. I've learned my lesson. I have definitely learned my lesson. But I definitely have no problem with contributing to our living situation. I have no problem with the split. Now, I have a problem with some of these memes and some of these guys that have so much extra to say about it. Because I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, you the man. That's cool. But I mean, you don't have to go in like that about, oh, what a woman should be doing and she should that. Well, So you're expecting me to go work however long I'm gonna work, but then when I get home, you're also gonna want me to cook. You're gonna also want me to make sure the kids are taken care of and have a bath and get ready for bed, and then you're gonna want to have sex later. Like, look.
Oh yeah, that's definitely on the agenda. So let's not forget about that.
You cannot be so, oh yeah, well, I think that you need to do this and you need to do that, and you're expecting me to go out and work and do all of this stuff and then come home and then work another job at home and then expect me to be happy to sleep with your ass. Hell no. I might lay there for a minute like this. And then you're gonna be wondering what's wrong with you. You must be getting it from somewhere else. You don't want to do it with me. No, I'm tired.
Right.
I work.
So okay, I got you. What about you, Miss Natasha? How do you feel about the I'm trying to get this screen back right. There we go. What I did just then. How do you feel about the 50-50 thing versus, you know, the gender role type of situation?
Well, I feel like I wouldn't want a man that was all whining about it. I just wouldn't want him. I'm just gonna be real, because then it's almost like you have another child. If you want to be a man and you want to do certain, you want a certain level of respect, you have to be willing to, you know, roll your sleeves up and do what you have to do. You can't make rules and at the same time get the woman money and tell her I'll make all these rules with my son. I'm just gonna take over everything. And I'm in a little different place in life than a lot of women. I'm a business owner, and I'm not willing. I met someone, they didn't have the same, and there was things that they wanted, and they were showing me that they were willing to put forth effort to work to get it. I would help them get it, but I will have my limits as far as how much support I'm willing to offer. And my reason for that is because I shouldn't do that.
Right.
And if he's gonna come into my life, he has to bring something to my life. You can't come into and take over what I've already earned, achieved, and run it. I would rather enjoy living in my house by myself with my kids and just have to do something like that, because neither one, but he wouldn't respect himself and I wouldn't respect him either.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you guys this, right? Because we hear this a lot, especially us guys. We hear this a lot when we're dating women, right? They say that I'm single by choice, right? Do you think that a lot of that is true, or do you think a lot of that is just a cop out for not being able to do the work? And before, let me preface this, right? Because a lot of times us guys, right, we're told we don't have enough money, right? We're not stable enough, right? We need to work on the way we dress. We need to work on the way we approach women. We need to, you know, we don't have an anaconda. We got a shrimp. You know what I mean? So we're told a lot of things, right? So we like go out. We're like, okay, cool. So we get a backpack and we go out on this little dirt road and we go off into the desert and we become this Barack Obama. You know what I mean? And we come back with a suit on and looking all tailored and shit, and we shining and everything else. And we're like, okay, I'm Barack Obama. Are you Michelle? And it's like, no. It's like, what you mean no? It's like, I told you had to do those things. I'm perfect. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do any work. I don't have to improve on myself. But you, my friend, have to go out and become Barack Obama. How do you guys feel about that?
I would like to start this one off, if I may. What I'd like to say, it's not about us expecting you to be Barack Obama, because He just is so hard to beat. I'm just.
Those are some big shoes to fill, okay?
This is the thing.
Okay. Break it down to me, sister.
If you are a man or a woman, now, some men are stuck back like in the horse and buggy days. They understand that things have, because there's been a lot of failure, especially in the Black community, for men to provide for their family. Women started providing on their own because we couldn't live under the bridge until someone showed up to take care of us. So now, in the I will say the Black and Hispanic community, the women now, as far as education and earning ability, they have it. So now you don't have to sit there and wait for a guy to feed you and to take you to dinner and to take you on trips. You can do it yourself. And the unfortunate thing, young men who listen and they don't want to work on themselves. So the women have exceeded them in many parts of earning ability. Yes, you take care of take care of your kids. So if you have to make a decision, you want to get this man who's not really anything, but he's exhausting resources, or do you want to take these resources and buy a home instead of helping this guy buy him a car wash or arguing every day while he's laying on your couch and he's doing anything except consuming your resources? What's a better choice? It's best to in kids. Let him go because his mother invested in him. Okay. So now we have choices. So men look at it as, who do they think they are? They want to listen. And this Kevin Samuels guy really he makes he makes you think that we're these lowly creatures. We're so desperate, but we're not. We are educated. We're very resilient, especially my. We have a lot of change that our stuff. So we're very strong. We're very smart. We're very tough, and we're very capable. Then we're getting opportunities that we didn't used to have. So now that we have those opportunities, we're making good use of those opportunities. Where a lot of times the men who are doing all the complaining that want you to so-called place or just home like anime, tell you what to do, and he comes in and takes your check over, takes you over, and he gets to decide what you get to do and to live. And nobody's listening to him. I think we have a lot of anger in the Black and Hispanic community because we're not accepting the advances that made. It has made me very upset, and I think why it just looks like that. It's not that you prefer to be single, but you would just not prefer to have that kind of guy if those are options that are left. We pass.
Okay. And to piggyback onto what she's saying in regards to resources, it is extremely draining as a woman to have all these expectations that we need to do this, that, and the third. And we have to sit here and listen to a man who doesn't do half of what we can do. Try to criticize what we need to do. It's like, okay, well, what are you doing? Because if that's the case, and again, I don't have a problem submitting to somebody who I feel will lead me correctly, right? Who potentially will be that person in my life. But I'm also not going to let the blind lead me. So if you are sucking my life from me and I have life to give my own child, you got to go. You got to go, because I don't got the energy, the resources. It's already difficult as a woman to live. We're still to this day fighting for equal wages. And I'm sorry. I think women just do certain things better. We're better at certain things, multitasking. And that's the big thing. Even though a lot of people don't think multitasking is a big thing, it is.
And being organized.
Yes, it really is. So I think that when a man has the audacity, because I've dealt with one, right? Oh, you need to do this, that, and the other, but you're not doing anything to change. Like what Natasha said, we're not expecting you to be freaking the president of the United States. We expecting leverage. We expecting you to compromise, to show us that you want to make it work. I know somebody personally in a situation who she's with, somebody that she deserves better, But the only reason that this person made their way, still their way, is because they have history, and men tend to take advantage of that, especially when they know they have history with a woman. When they know that this woman is one of those women that are going to work hard for what they want, they will reach. And they will try to manipulate you to think that you're not good enough when you know you are. And it's like, well, what the fuck? I don't deserve this shit. But it's because there's men who make you feel like there's still work you need to do within yourself. And the truth is, it's them that need the work. And to add to it, they really will never be able to reach where you're at. They have you thinking they're like this, and in reality, it's flipped. So
Right.
I can't. I can't do
But
it.
Kimbria, like, preach, girl. Say that. Say that. She up in the corner, like.
Some of us have been through some really crappy relationships that have made us actually sit down and go over our standards and say, you know what? I'm not going to settle for this. I'm not going to settle for this. I'm not going to settle for this because I do a lot. Like she said, some of us do a lot. We have a lot of things on our plate. A lot of us can juggle a lot of different things. And then you meet somebody and they're like, oh yeah.
Just throw you off.
You know, yeah, you know, I just do, you know, this or whatever. And then I play 2K on the weekend, you know, I play 2K at night. You'd be like,
I play 2K.
Okay. Yeah, you know, you'd be like, okay. You know, what else do you have to offer? What do you have to offer? You know, so yeah, I'm definitely putting up a lot of amens because I'm like, y'all are definitely hitting a lot of snakes on the head. And some people gonna watch this and be like, what?
Oh yeah, the brothers gonna watch me and they gonna be like, why you didn't say this? Why you didn't have our back? Listen, fellas, I can only speak for somebody who's done the work. You know,
and to be fair, this isn't to all men. Just like all things are, you know what
absolutely.
I mean?
Absolutely.
But there's definitely a lot of men who do this, who make women feel like they got to work on themselves. In reality, it's them who need to work it on, 100%.
And like I said, they try to present themselves as one way to get the woman. Mm-hmm. And then once they get the woman, then they're like, okay, I got you. I can slack off now and then show who they really are. And you're like, wait a minute, hold up.
Well, I'm gonna push back on that, right? Because it's all right. So first of all, I'm speaking from a man who's done the work, right? 2.5 years ago, I was making $12 an hour. I was codependent on my child's mom. Smoking bud every day. No disrespect to everybody who smoke bud, but I had a problem. Okay, I had a problem, a massive problem. You understand? I was smoking a 3.5 before noon. So it was a lot that had going on, right? I didn't have a future set for myself. And I was pretty much just walking around every day, just going through the motions, right? So fast forward after we broke up, I had to do the work. I had to go to counseling, right? I had to fix my resume. I had to get a better paying job. I had to ask myself what I wanted for myself. So in 2 years, through counseling, through focus, right? I bought me a house. I started me a business. I'm actually interviewed my first employee today. You know what I mean? So I'm speaking from someone that's actually done the work, right? And it seems like when I didn't have nothing to offer, when I was just smoking bud and just, you know, slanging D, you know what I mean? And I don't mean dope. When, you know, when I was, when that's all I had to offer, it seems like I was running into so many well-rounded, qualified, good women. But it's like, now that I've actually done the work and stuff like that, it's like, it's slim pickings. You know what I mean? It's like, and I'm not blaming you guys for that, right? Because like Natasha said, you attract what you are, you know what I mean? But I just noticed that I see a lot of, and it's on both sides, right? But I feel like it's a gender war that's amiss right now for whatever reason. And I feel like it doesn't even really have to be a big big cause of the war. I just think that we're warring for whatever reason. The men are warring against other men. The 50-50 men are warring against the men that's paying all the bills. The women that want to submit are warring against the women that's like, no, hell nah, I'm not doing that. I got my own bag, so I'm not worried about no man. You know what I mean? And I think that I think it's definitely hard and stuff like that to just come together and try to put something together. Because I'm about, me personally, I'm about Black love, Black, I'm about love, communication, and togetherness. You know what I mean? I don't feel like you have to lose in order for me to win. You understand? I've never been that person. I've never been that person that felt like, oh, Natasha just got a new business. Kimbrell just sold 1 million records. So, I can't win because she won. You know what I mean? Like, and I've never been that man to like be jealous if my woman is, successful. Because that's a reflection of me. She chose me, I chose her, you feel me? She's doing great, so we reflect each other. That's the type of person I am, but I don't see that out here these days. We're gonna go around the room, right? And we're gonna talk about our turnoffs, right? Because I put this on Facebook, and I was like, ladies, tell men, give men advice at what turns you guys off and makes you want to run away. We're gonna start with you, Natasha. What turns you off, make you want to run?
It can be anything.
Anything, sweetheart. Just speak your mind. Speak your mind.
Okay. Like cheap. I don't like men that they want to like do the, and it won't work with me. The Netflix thing, just come hang out at each other's houses and stuff.
Okay.
That's a while after you get to know each other. But I think that I deserve to be appreciated and taken out. And, I don't mind doing the things that I'm supposed to do to contribute to the relationship if it's something that he likes to do. Like if he says he wants to jump out of an airplane, hey, it may not really,
No, ma'am.
Wanted to, that's your expectation, and I'm gonna try it, and I'm open to trying those new things. So I don't like closed-minded people, and I don't like where men want to come and it's like we know that trick already. We're not just sitting at the house talking and drinking and hanging out. It's not gonna happen. So you got to invest something in a relationship, and put some time and effort in. And I do not like. And it's absolute pet peeve, and it's off of your topic, but I will throw you out of my house if you sit on my comforter without clothes on. I just don't like it.
Sit on your comforter without clothes on?
Naked on my comforter will get you thrown out. Like I would pick you up and throw you out of the window. That is something I absolutely hate. If you don't have on, you're butt naked, you sit on my comforter.
Well, I would hope that this is, if it happens, it's just somebody
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I could know you forever. I don't want that. I don't like that. I just have a problem with that.
But naked on the comforter.
I don't.
But
That's new. That is new. I've never heard this.
Everybody has something that ticks them off. So that's definitely the first time I've heard that one.
So I've always been. I don't play that. If I go to a
it's
hotel,
okay. It's okay. Everybody.
Okay, so what I would kind of feel kind of opposite of that. Like, I don't want you coming home from work and sitting on the bed still in your work clothes and dirty. Like, come sit on the clean bed, on the clean area in your work stuff, and you haven't gone and taken a shower or anything yet? Like, no, go dirty.
I don't care if you took a shower. I don't want to.
She said
That says her
she
thing.
don't care if your ass is
piss her off.
clean. She don't want to hear that shit.
Newborn baby, I cannot. That just will make me just nut up. I would just not be happy. That's something.
Okay, so Natasha said, don't be cheap. And don't think you're gonna come over here and do the Netflix and chill, and don't sit your butt naked ass on my comforter because you will get ejected.
That's right. That's my problem, but it's my thing. That's my thing.
Okay, what about you, Gabby? What about you? What are your pet peeves?
I got a few. One thing first, I can't stand an obnoxious man.
Obnoxious?
If you're obnoxious, yes.
Okay.
If you're obnoxious and loud for no fucking reason, don't even look at me. Don't talk to me because I can already tell it's not going to work out. I get irritated off unnecessary stuff. So if you're being obnoxiously loud for no reason, and I'm not talking about like it's a celebration, I'm talking about just random. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been raised around a lot of yelling, and I just don't like people yelling. I don't know. Another thing is I can't stand an overly aggressive man. So like we're in the beginning stages of talking, and one of the first two topics within the first couple of weeks is sex. You're blocked.
Gotcha.
Because I don't want to. We already know what we can do, right? I already know I can procreate. I have a daughter. I know what I can do. But if you're meant to be that person, you will eventually find that out. Why are you prodding me about something that you probably did last week or yesterday with a different bitch? No. don't hit me up about that. That's the fastest way to get blocked. And then I don't like that crazy shit. That toxic relationship. I came out of a very long toxic relationship, so I know for a fact I will not put up with it. Don't come up popping up on my house. Don't call me on private numbers. Don't call my friends looking for me. I will not deal with that. Just not at all. I want somebody that's sane, like everybody. And then for some reason, I feel like a lot of people are idolizing toxic behavior, and I don't understand. I really don't understand. And that's probably why I only have like 2 or 3 friends. Because I'm not afraid to be like, what? And question it. And a lot of people, at least these days, I've noticed, at least where I live, people have like are proud of this behavior, and then are even proud to back it up. So I don't get it. I really don't get it. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Does anybody else feel that way? I feel.
What about you, Kimbria? What are your pet peeves?
I was going to piggyback off of that. I don't like, I'm going to the grocery store, and I'm only in the store 15 minutes before you're texting me going, where you at? How long you going to be there? A couple of things, don't start texting me trying to find out where I am and stuff, because no.
You working them hands. Don't be texting me, asking me.
I feel her. Don't do that.
Turn off. Okay. I can't stand guys that sag their clothes.
Yeah.
Or they actually fit them and they pull them down to the middle of their butt just cause.
Or they're wearing pants tighter than us.
Right?
Oh my God.
I was like, well, do y'all get yeast infections too?
That's these new dudes. Don't say y'all. Don't say that's these new dudes.
I say y'all because it's more than one man doing it in this world, okay? Don't personalize it. Don't personalize it.
No. I'm like Mutombo. No.
Personally, I don't have if that's what you like to do, that's what you like to do. I don't like grills. Okay. The all gold all in my mouth. Like, I don't like that. I don't like a guy that is not a gentleman. Like, my man needs to. I like having the door held open for me. I do. I don't think that that's spoiling me. I just think that,
I think it's being considerate, right?
Being considerate. I don't like for a guy, if we're walking together, to walk ahead of me like he's walking, leaving me. Like I don't know. I like a gentleman. If you're not a gentleman, I'm immediately gonna be like, okay, he just walked off. There was another one that I had sitting right in there, and now.
Sorry.
Good. You probably didn't need to say it anyway, because you probably was gonna go throw us off the cliff.
No. I just
There's just a lot of different. I'm sure for all of us, we haven't even touched on everything that irritates us about certain men. So when I'm hearing Natasha or Cambria talk about, oh yeah, that too. So I'm gonna definitely go with the grill, because people tend to think that you don't gotta use oral hygiene anymore with a grill. I don't know. And I've seen some really messed up pictures where people have really lost their teeth from just years and years of grill use. And I'm just like, these people obviously never had braces, so they don't understand.
Okay, so we got like 8 minutes left, right? And I want to get into this before this session ends, right? Because I know we all got stuff to do tomorrow, right? So I'm gonna ask you guys this, right? What's one thing that you wish men would understand about women, and that you feel that we would get a lot further with you guys if we understood it? We're gonna start with you, Kimberly.
We are more than just for your convenience.
We're more than an object. We can do everything.
I got somebody that cooks, or I got someone that cleans, or I have someone that lets me do this and this and that to them, in the bedroom. Like, we actually contribute a lot. Like, I'm definitely one of those women that when my man gets home, I'm gonna be like, how was your day? Was it stressful? Do you want to talk about it? Let's sit down. You want to meditate? We can meditate about it. Do you need to cry? Cry with me. Like, I want my man, and I'm sitting here like, I know what I go through with my own mental, with my own mental stability and stuff. And I know that I'm not the only person that goes through things. I expect that my man also goes through things. And I want to be there for them, or for him, the same way that I'm expecting him to do for me. So I don't want you to just look at me and, oh, this is my sex bot, or this is I want some chicken tonight, I want some curry, whatever. Like, I'm more than that. I want men to understand we contribute way more than that surface level.
Sex and chicken. Sex and chicken.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry. Because I know you're serious, and I'm sorry, but it just touched me when you said sex and chicken. Because I'm sitting over here like, sex and chicken, that don't sound too bad.
We're more than sex and chicken, yes.
Right.
Okay.
Even though we love them too.
Okay. What about you, Gabby? What about you?
I think for me, it's I just need somebody to understand me as a person. Because everybody's different. Everybody has different. I don't know. For me, I just need to have the person that's supposed to be for me to understand me as a person. I need them to have patience with me. Because the first thing I'm going to say when I get in a relationship is like, hey, like sometimes I say things or I do things and I'm not aware that I hurt people's feelings. So if that happens, you got to let me know. And I'm trying to be open because I want to be 100% truthful about who I am. I'm not going to sugarcoat my horrible habits either, because I need to know what I'm putting myself up against with this person as well. So it's only fair to do the same. So if they're willing to understand me and take the time to be patient with me, that's the best advice that they can get in order to get to know me. I can't say that that'll work for the next woman, but it'll work for me. Because at the end of the day, all these little girls have this, well, I'm not gonna say all of them, I'm gonna say most of them. We grew up with, princes and princesses, and not saying that our life is a fairy tale, but secretly, most of us would like as close to a fairy tale to our, what we consider a fairy tale as best as, as close to that as possible. That's what we're looking for, our own fairy tale. So we're not expecting you to be Barack Obama or the prince of wherever. We're expecting you to be the prince of us, know us, grow with us, so we can do that for you. Because we want to be everything for you too, but we want that too. We don't want to be everything for you and then you be nothing for us. Gotcha. We want it to be mutual.
Okay, what
even
about
if
you,
it's
Ms.
not the
Natasha?
same.
Last but not least.
My favorite.
I wish they would look at how their kids see them, because I think that begin to change. And I think they have to understand that because of the different roles and responsibilities that we have taken on, because a lot of times you really don't have a choice. You have to work, you have to live. When you come home, if your kids see you participating in the house, I think if you're taking that leadership role as a leader, you should be doing those same things that you expect someone else to do. So if it's taking out the trash, if it's cutting the grass, you know, we at my house, we do the family, me and the kids get out there. Everybody has something to do. They know how to do stuff. We did our basement. They came down. We did it ourselves. They were very proud of the end result. But you don't tell kids, and you're the leader of the household, do this, do that, and you just come home and you're like, well, I worked, so now I'm here and I want to be served. I want everyone to just accept I was working all day, so you cook, you clean, kids go past me my slipper. You know, I think that same level of respect and servitude and humanity that they want from people when they come home, I think they need to learn to some reciprocity there, and to also be willing to give it, and they need to show it. Like if your son or daughter sees you come home from work, cook sometimes, and you're the man of the house, and you're supposed to be leading the house, and you know you're outside doing stuff, and even you take your daughter out there when you're changing oil. I think you show those things by actually doing them, and you take more active role in participating in the things that need to be done, people that you live with, instead of coming in like you're the king when we don't have them in this country. I know we get our dashikis and stuff and say, hey, in my country, I would have been a king, but we're not. We're in America. We're not coming to America. And we want you to come in, and we want you to handle household responsibilities and show that same leadership. Don't tell people, show them that same leadership that you are expecting.
Gotcha. So to sum it up, Gabby said, get to know me, understand that, I want you to be your version of my fairy tale, right? Natasha said, basically to sum up what she said basically be the change you want to see, right? You can't, don't do as I say, do as I do type of thing, right? And Cambria said, we are more than sex and chicken.
I like that.
I'm gonna put that on the t-shirt. Women are more than sex and chicken, man.
For real. She's I mean, even though we love that stuff, we are. We contribute more than just sex and chicken. We literally can be everything.
But we love sex and chicken.
Well,
man.
why do you think they made that quote? Behind every great man, there was a woman right behind him.
Who was giving him sex and cooking chicken?
More than just sex and chicken.
I'm sorry. I'm being an asshole, but I'm only joking. I swear to God, I'm only joking. But when she said that, I'm sitting over here thinking like, damn, sex and chicken. That ain't too bad. I would sign up for that. Well, ladies, thank you so much for contributing to the Watch Your Mouth podcast. I will go ahead and clean up this video and edit it. And you guys have been great tonight. So we have Cambria, we have Gabby, and we have Natasha. And you guys have been great. I appreciate everything. And you guys have a great night. Welcome to the Watch Your Mouth podcast. This episode 2. And right now, we're going to get into the things that we run into when we dating black women, right? Or women in general. But for me, I kind of date black women exclusively. I don't know about y'all, you know what I'm saying? But 3 words that really get a black woman triggered, right? When you mention submission, you mention cooperation, and you mention competition, right? Those 3 words triggers black women, and it makes them feel like, they gotta be in defensive mode, right? So we all in Atlanta, we all went to Southwest DeKalb, right? So we all got that same background or whatever the case may be. So, for me, you know what I'm saying, I've been dating for the last, me and my child's mom broke up 2018. So I've been dating for 3 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I've had my fair share of dates. I've had my fair share of conversations. I've had my fair share of just bumping into chicks at the bar, at the lounge, at the club, wherever I'm at. You feel what I'm saying? So my question to y'all is, what have y'all been running into? I'm gonna start with Dre because I'm gonna let you get your puff on right quick, my dog. And get, you know what I'm saying, get situated. I'm gonna start with you, Dre. What you been running into out here in these streets, man?
But you know, I ain't in Atlanta no more though, bro. So.
Oh, you moved?
Now that's why I said you want the TG version. They ran me out the city. I can't do it. I had to move because I was going there. Like my demons was there, so I left to start over. I moved back home. I went back to Chicago.
Oh, you went back to Chicago?
Yeah.
So okay,
but you know.
No, I'm just asking you what you running into in Chicago, man? What's the dating scene like in Chicago?
Well, I don't date no more, bro. You know I got married.
Oh, you got married. Ah, how long you been married? First of all, congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. On the 20th, October 20th, it'll be a year. We've been together for 7 years.
Okay.
But October 20th will be a year we married.
Okay.
But I mean, the dating scene down there though, I mean, it was, I ain't gonna lie, I ran into some good women, but I wasn't in my right headspace. I was choosing the women that I knew wasn't good for me.
Right.
More so because of the pleasures they was giving me back when I was younger and I wasn't ready. So when I ran into a real woman, I was still playing games because I was still out in the streets playing games.
Right.
But I mean, like I said, it's rough out there, man. That's why I had to bow out, man, because they'll take you there, but it's still some good ones. Like you said, some of them don't want to submit. Right. Some of them don't want to communicate. But I mean, you're gonna have to. Hey, I guess I left that city in particular because I felt like the city wasn't big enough for me and my baby mama.
Oh, okay, I got you. I already know where you're going with that, boy.
You know my baby mama. So,
I introduced you to her.
And it
You asked me though. You asked me, dog. You said who that is on the back of that bus, and I was like, oh shit, I ride a bus with her every day.
You did, but the city ain't big enough, and that's still an ongoing problem I'm having down there, man. But like, I had some evil thoughts running through my mind at one point, man. So I understand. I figured it wasn't worth it all. So I came back home to start over and to get a fresh start, man.
Okay, so let me switch gears with you because you say you're married, right? And then I'm gonna get to you, Taryn. So my thing is, what are some of the hardest challenges that you find being married, you know, and living your life on a normal basis and being married? Because we all under 40 years old, you know what I'm saying?
The biggest thing with me is still communication.
Okay.
Just for the simple fact, I guess, because I'm still so used to just moving how I want to move.
Yeah.
So, I'm keep it all the way real. A lot of our issues is me. She cool, laid back. If we in some bullshit, 95% of the time, it's probably me. I'm probably on bullshit.
Okay.
As far, like I said, I don't know. I guess because my whole life, I was a runner.
Right.
Shit get bad, fuck you. I'm gone. I'm on to the next. I don't got time for that. But it really took her dealing with my ass because I was hell. You know I was hell.
Yeah, I know. I know. It
really took her being patient. I fucked up for a lot of years before I got it right. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna even cap. But it's still communication with me because sometimes I just move and what's best for Drake.
Right.
I don't think about nobody else. I think about what's best for me because I got trust issues. So
right.
I move how I think it's gonna mess me, because every time we get into a situation, the past trigger me. Right. And I start moving how I want to move to protect myself and to protect my feelings.
Right.
So I would say communication.
Yeah, and see, that's another thing too, bro, because that's why they say, you know, it's okay to marry young, because they say the older you get, the less likely you are to compromise, and the more traumas that you bring into the relationship from the previous relationship that you done had. You know what I mean? So I think sometimes it's hard for us to kind of like leave that shit in the past and move, you know, as a unit. Because, you know, once you start talking about being in a committed relationship and being married, it's time to start moving as a unit. Now, you the head of that unit, but you still in a unit. You know what I mean? So, I appreciate your honesty, man. And again, congratulations on the marriage, bro. Number one, I had no idea you was in Chi-Town, man. You know what I'm saying? Number two, I didn't know you had got married.
I had to disappear, bro. Like, I still love Atlanta, but that city ain't big enough, bro. Ain't big enough no more.
You right though, cause 285 ain't but 60 miles, so you can run into somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Be like, damn, I tried to goddamn. You know what I'm saying? I'm running the show that had to get a quick trip. Damn. You know what I'm saying?
And it's so hard. It's so hard now though, because everybody got a motive. You don't know whether it's good or bad, but they got a motive.
Right.
So it's your objective, especially as a young black man. Most women looking for their next come up. There's still some good women out there, but the bad ones make it so hard for you to believe in the good ones, because you categorizing all of them in the same category, because you done got fucked over so many times. You don't know who's who. And that's the problem I ran in with my wife for a long time, man.
Right. And that's what I'm running into right now, bro. It's like I don't mind, cause I'm a real man, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm not broke. I'm not hurt. I ain't rich neither, but I'm not hurt. You feel me? So it ain't nothing for me to walk up to a chick, hey, how you doing? What's your name? You know, let me take you out, so on and so forth. But the problem is, like you said, bro, it's like with us being in our early 30s, you know what I'm saying? We still young dudes, right? We still young niggas, but we not young niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's like we old enough to know better, but we young enough to still move how we want to move. But it's like, I don't knock dudes when they say, man, I'm still out here running and gunning. All right, cool, do your thing, because you can do that shit forever if you want to. You know what I'm saying? But for me, you know what I mean? I come home to this big old ass house, dog, and you know what I'm saying? You can hear my voice echoing. You know what I'm saying? And at times, I like that shit. You feel me? At times, because I come home, I don't have to worry about shit. My house is clean the way I left it. You know what I'm saying? You know, ain't no shit all over the floor. Ain't no bras on the floor. You feel me? Ain't no heels that I'm tripping over in the middle of the night when I come back off the road. You know what I'm saying? But then again, it's like, damn, I gotta go find me something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I gotta go buy these toiletries and shit. Damn, I keep forgetting to go grab some damn toothpaste and some toilet tissue and shit. Let me go do that shit right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's certain shit, you know, that I do know that I could use. You feel me? And I don't want to reduce a woman to just being that, but it's certain shit that a lot of women do that you don't even think about until, you know what I'm saying, you don't have that shit no more. You feel what I'm saying? So, Terrence, man, I'm gonna get to you, man. So T, man, how long you and your girl been together, man?
It's been going on 2 years, man.
2 years?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, what were you running into before you met your girl, man? What were you running into? What kind of women were you running into?
All kinds of women, man. I ran into some of the nice, sweet women. I ran into some of the, you know, girls that's trying to get ahead like anybody else. You know, you ran into a couple of skeezers. Just you name it, I ran into them. That don't mean I dealt with all of them, but as far as just like saying, oh, I can peep that, or I kind of figure, you know, what she on. I run into a lot.
Okay, so let me ask you this then, bro. Like, what do you think the biggest issue is fundamentally when it comes to like black men just trying to get with black women? You feel me? Like on the basic level.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the way to answer that question, because to say, I don't know if there's a fundamental issue. I think it's more of it on an individual basis, but I just think that we got to get back to loving each other, and I feel like we got to be genuine with each other. We're not being real with each other. We're not being honest with each other, and a lot of times people are putting their selfish intentions first. You know, especially in a city like this, in Atlanta, it's all about who got what, you know, and who can get over on the next person. So if you come in, you know, with some genuine good intentions, I feel like, yeah, you got a chance out here. But like anything else, everybody's always scared, you know, to get fucked over. So it's like nobody gives nobody a chance. I don't know, man. It's just
okay. What I see a lot of times, bro, and I'm gonna be all the way 1,000 with you, bro. This is what I see, right? I think it's two types of women out there right now, right? Now, it's some women that fall in between the spectrum, right? But for the most part, it's two different women out there, bro. It's the women who, like, hey, I subscribe to the gender roles, you feel me? You go out here, you get the bacon, bring home the bacon. I'm gonna keep the house straight, this, that, and the third. I'm gonna make sure everything is taken care of, you know what I mean? You the head of the household, I'm gonna submit to that, right? And then it's the other woman, right? And she's kind of like, you know, hey, I don't subscribe to none of that shit. Everything that you do, I'm gonna do. I don't really care about your money. I don't care about, I'm not gonna be led anywhere, you know. I'm gonna participate in this relationship, but it's only gonna be under my terms, period, right? And then you got women who kind of fall into the middle, right? So I said two, but it's really three, because it's one on this side of the spectrum, one on this side of the spectrum, and the ones that kind of fall in the middle, right? So for me, what I've been running into, you know, you got some women, and I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Some women don't see value in having a black man. You feel what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna even say black. I'm just gonna say man, period, right? I don't think some women see value, because they'll disguise it by saying, well, if I'll submit to the right man, and I'll get in line for the right man. And it's like, well, that's not something you can turn on and turn off. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I can't turn off my masculinity and turn it on. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I can't be in a room full of dudes 6'5", 350 pounds, and then all of a sudden let me go Super Saiyan because I'm in here with some dudes that's bigger and stronger than me. That shit don't work like that. You feel me? And it don't work like that with women either. You know what I mean? So it's like, I kind of feel like, for the most part, I think, especially in Atlanta, because I can only speak in Atlanta, I feel like in Atlanta, women are getting so much attention that they're confusing that attention with, they're confusing the attention that they're getting with actually having suitable options, right? So let's say marriage, for example. You already hear chicks be like, oh, I got options, right? If y'all watched my first episode, you saw that 1.2 million women is looking for 300,000 men in Atlanta, right? So it's like, yeah, you may have options, right? But those options that you think you have, you sharing those options. You know what I'm saying? Those ain't dudes that's just sitting around with their phone like, man, is she gonna call me? Is she gonna? Nah, dude is handling his business, and he look up and see you. Oh, okay, I'm gonna hit her when I leave from dealing with Shaw. You feel what I'm saying? And I believe they're confusing that attention with valuable options. You know what I'm saying? And social media plays a big part in it too, bro, because it's like, when we was in high school, bro, it was only a handful of bad bitches, bro. It was only a handful of them. We all knew who they were. You know what I'm saying? We all knew what they had going on, right? Now, a regular chick can just get on Instagram, get in her drawers, feel me, get in a bikini or whatever the case may be, get some likes. Now all of a sudden she a bad bitch. You feel what I'm saying? So I think they passing out bad bitch cards at Walmart, man, and everybody grabbing one. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. And I think that shit is fucking up the game, bro, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, the game is oversaturated and everybody is trying to go after this. Every chick is trying to go after the same dude. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, I want a dude that's above average, but it's like, but you average though. No, I'm not. I'm a bad bitch. It's like, okay, hold on. Douche. Throw some water.
Well, I mean,
all that shit.
I look at it like this also, man. Social media is also a platform where you have a lot of women that are exposed to these men with money that allow them to put themselves in positions to, you know, have these meetings with these men. I mean, how, like, you can just check the inboxes of all these women. You can have, you know, a basic regular chick, but you know, if she look good enough and post the pictures or whatever, she ain't got to be famous enough, but you know, she'll get a basketball player or two. So it's kind of like social media is just a way also to have them make money and just
come up. That's the exception to the rule, though, bro. I feel like
definitely fucked the game up.
Yeah, it fucked the game up, right? But it's an exception to the rule because all of them chicks ain't getting them dudes, bro. You feel me?
Oh yeah, I get that. I'm just saying, but it does allow a lot of women to get the exposure that they normally wouldn't get just, you know, being out and about, because of course you're in a crowd full of women. But it's like, if I could single you out and see your page on social media, you know what I mean? I can easily jump in your DM and start a conversation. I mean, that's a big thing that changes a lot, because not only can you just set up these meetings, you don't have to go out and meet nobody no more. So now it's like people have this kind of what's the word I'm looking for? They have this sense of entitlement, I guess, because it's like, oh, you want me to come talk to you? You want me to like that's the old fashioned way. Like that's how we, you know. And folks just ain't on it no more like they used to. It's like they lost touch with just being a person and being a human.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. And the sad thing is about that social media shit again, bro, it's like women, and not even women, bro, people have a mob mentality now, bro. It's like, I was having this conversation the other day, right? In 2000, because Facebook came out, what, 04?
I think 05.
05?
04 or 05.
04. Let's say 04 for the sake of conversation, bro. Before 2004, you wouldn't know what somebody in South Dakota was doing, bro. You would have no fucking idea. You wouldn't even know what somebody was doing on the west side of Atlanta, bro. You have no idea.
Where the hell South Dakota was.
Exactly. Now, some person in South Dakota could say some shit, and you be like, this nigga bugging. You know what I'm saying? And then you respond to it and shit like that. I feel the same way when it comes to exposure, right? Because the thing about social media is it desensitizes you to meeting somebody. Most of the time it desensitizes you to meeting someone straight up, bro. Because what happens is if a woman goes out, and let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, she's a 6, right? In person, she a 6. Straight up and down. I don't care what she do, she a 6, right? All right, cool. You see her at Publix, you see her at Wayfields or whatever the fuck you at, right? Grocery store, gas station. You look at her, maybe after the club, if I ain't got nothing else to do, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just not finna walk over there right now. I'm good right now, right? But on social media, right, she'll be able to apply some filters. She ain't got to show you her whole body. She can hit that motherfucker up like this, hit that goddamn that angle like this, and she put her boobs up in the picture. You be like, damn, she got some nice ass titties, and she's cute, right? And then you see her for real, you be like, man, you know what I'm saying? This shit whack. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I feel like a lot of them take advantage of that, you know, you get to reveal what you want to based upon it. You know what I'm saying? You can get 100 likes on your Facebook or your Instagram, but in real life, you ain't getting hollered at 100 times before you go home.
I mean, yeah, you know people whose whole confidence is built off of their social media profile. So I mean, if your confidence ain't built in what you do in real actual life, I mean, the thing is faulty. It's gonna shatter, and it's gonna show in due time. So I mean, yeah, I just feel like you gotta weed out.
Where do you meet your girl at?
Shit, we went to school together.
She went to Southwest? Oh, she went to college.
I went to Alabama State.
Oh, Alabama State. My partner went to Alabama State, man. It was a lot on my belt, bro.
Oh yeah, shit, bro.
It was a lot on my belt, bro. I ain't gonna even hold you. Where you meet your girl at, Drake?
At the airport.
Oh, okay. She was going somewhere?
She worked at the airport. We both worked at the airport.
Okay, so she was your coworker.
No, she wasn't my coworker, but I saw her a few times and slid though.
Okay. I respect that. See, so you met your girl at work and you met your girl at school.
Well, yeah, I mean, we was actually at a club right outside of school. It was a party hosted by some Greeks or whatnot. So, I mean, it was pretty much, you know, on school kind of property, but at the same time, we didn't actually start talking, you know, until like a couple of months later.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with you, Terrence. What made you? Because I don't know about y'all, right? But when you dating and you got a little roster that you done put together, you know what I'm saying? You usually kind of prioritize who gonna be Kobe and who gonna be Shannon Brown. You know what I'm saying? You already know who gonna move to that starting lineup. So what made you move your girl to the starting lineup versus like just, you know, having her just another chick you was talking to in the rotation?
I mean, with me, I feel like, I mean, once you realize you got something good, man, you gotta stick with it. Because I mean, you gonna run into a bunch of women in your life, and you gonna fuck up and lose a couple of good ones. But my thing is, how many times you gonna lose a good one? Because at some point you ain't gonna never find another good one. Like there's only a few of them out there. So I just feel like, okay, you know, you got a good one, man. Just don't fuck this up and just go for the ride. And my thing is, once you realize what you want, then you just go on your journey to pursue that.
What about you, Dre? What made you say, okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna run with her versus just running and gunning like you used to?
It was a rough relationship, but she said the realest shit a female had never said to me. When I told her I don't know if she the one, she asked me, how can she be the one when I ain't teaching her shit? As a man, I'm supposed to lead and teach her something. That's some real shit a female had ever said to me. And she made me realize then, like, she different. She different. Any chick that could tell you she want to be that woman, that you need to teach her the things you like and don't like, that's a woman that I roll the dice with.
Let me ask you this: does she listen though? Does she listen?
Now she do.
You said now she do?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, okay, bring it. Yeah, because
when I was cheating,
I hear exactly what you said, but you know, a lot of them don't like to listen. So you can teach them something, but if it's gonna go through one ear.
But that's the thing about it. That's the thing I love about her the most. No matter what I tell her, she gonna take heed to it. She know I got her best interest and I don't want shit from her. So she know now, like, this nigga telling me something.
He tell me because it's some real shit. He trying to speak at me. Like I told her, like, man, whether we together or not, man, long as it don't end bad, I'ma always have love for you. I always want to see you win. You got my kid. So I don't want to see you go under. But ever since I started trying to talk to her more and communicate with her more. Everything got better, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta talk to them, bro, and you gotta. It's hard as men because we communicate different, bro. We communicate based upon results and actions. We action-oriented listeners. When we listen to a story, we be listening for the subject and the verb. Baby, I can't. Some such and such happened at work. Okay, who? Oh, my coworker said this. Okay, what happened? Well, she got fired. Okay, your coworker was mouthing off and she got fired. When she talking to her homegirls gonna ask her what the girl had on. She gonna ask her, has it happened before? They gonna ask all kind of details and stuff, bro. So what I'm saying all that to say is this, bro. Like, we have to start communicating the way that they are used to communicating, bro. Because we like the Reader's Digest version. We like get to the point. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we're not going around 285. Like, we going straight down 75, bro. Like, let's get to the point. You know what I'm saying? Straight A to point B. And a lot of women, they communicate based upon details and based upon emotions. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of times, it's based upon how a lot of things make them feel versus what's actually being done, if that makes any sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I had to learn too. I had to learn to stop talking as if I'm talking to one of y'all, because it's easy for us to sit here and communicate. We know exactly what each other's saying, bro. We ain't have to ask for no clarity not one time. You know what I'm saying? And that's usually how it is when you talk to them. Yeah, when men talking to men, but when men talking to women, you know, they used to communicating a certain way, bro. And it's hard for us to kind of switch that up. You know what I mean? Now, the longer you've been with your girl, the more time you spend with your girl, the more you realize, okay, I can't tell her this. I can't talk to her like this. I can't explain this situation like this because she gonna nut up. So let me go ahead and like switch it up and let me talk to her like this. And maybe, you know what I'm saying, we can get some shit taken care of. You dig what I'm saying? So, okay. So, I guess my biggest take back from this, bro, is what would you like to see, right? What would you like to see from not just your woman, but black women in general, right? What would you like to see from them to kind of better the situation and better the vibes of this gender war, bro? Because we arguing about a lot of bullshit right now. We arguing about who gonna pay what bills, you know what I'm saying? Who, if y'all paying all the bills, if y'all splitting the shit 50-50. We arguing about traditional women versus modern women. We arguing about a lot of bullshit, bro, and it's really just wasting time. You married, and like I said, congratulations. You on your way to being married. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations on that too when it comes. I want to invite too, goddammit. I don't want to see that shit on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be there drinking up the goddamn tequila. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But yeah, man. So I'm gonna start with you, Terrence. What you think needs to happen to go ahead and stop to kind of bring us closer together, man?
Just you gotta be willing to give of yourself. If you already got the women or you got the men written off in your mind, then you don't have a chance. My thing is, you can get hurt 1,000 times, but if you don't get up 1,001 times to try again, then you're gonna be stuck with the result of your last situation. So my thing is, to me, stop allowing your past to dictate, your future, and just give love a chance. And that's just for men and women. And it's just stop allowing, that hurt and that trauma to just keep, coming back.
All right, Drake, what about you, man?
Motherfuckers need to quit taking advice from everybody. Do what's best for you. I had to figure that out the hard way. A miserable person can always tell you what you should be doing. Mm-hmm. And a lot of these women look up to their female friends who can't even get no relationship right for advice.
Can I cut you off real quick? Stop listening to these fucking Derrick Jacksons, motherfuckers.
Oh my God! I knew he was a fraud. I told y'all he was a fraud, bro.
Look.
I used to tell my girl the same thing.
These guys ain't nothing but preachers. I mean, these preachers and these guys like that, they ain't nothing but pimps, man.
That's it.
It's charlatans, pimps. That's all they do. They sell you a dream, but it ain't a reality.
Right.
And it's like, it's funny because my girl used to swear by him.
Now look at him, bro. I told you he was a fraud. My thing was, I knew he was a fraud when he was like, this was his advice all the time. Ladies, if you don't wake up to breakfast in bed and your man rub your toes, leave him. Ladies, if your man go and he buy him some tickets to the Falcons game and he ain't bought you no damn Gucci purse, leave him.
Hey, but you know why though, right? You know why? Not to get cut off, not to get too far off the topic, but they know that women are the biggest consumers in the country. Women consume the most. They buy the most of everything.
Once they feeling you, they gonna buy the most of anything.
Exactly.
So basically, if I'm telling women what they want to hear, you think they ain't gonna buy it?
Yeah, they gonna buy that shit, bro, because they're not buying this. And this is. I'm glad you said that, bro, because I forgot this part, bro. This is another thing that grinds my gears about black women, bro. And I'm specifically talking about black women, right? You see a Hispanic guy, right? They can cross the border with nothing, right? And still be married, right? He starts selling fruit on the side of the road, right? He get him a lawnmower. Next thing you know, he got a landscaping business and he get contracts with the city. Him and his wife, Maria and Jorge, they've been together the whole time, right? Black women, they want you to go out and become Barack Obama, right? And you say, okay, you know what? I was making $9 an hour. I'll be back. All right. 2 years go by. You done became Barack Obama. You come back. All right. Guess what? I'm Barack Obama. What have you done? You talking to her now. All right. I'm Barack Obama. Are you Michelle? Hell no, I ain't Michelle. But shit, you just gonna have to take me as I am. Like, what you mean? I just went out here and became Barack. I had to hustle to get these votes. I had to run the campaign. I had to get elected. And I come here and you tell me you ain't did shit. You ain't even did a sit-up. Not one crunch. You ain't did nothing. I'm just gonna have to take you as you is, but I'm gonna have to be Barack Obama, right? That's what kills me about that shit, bro. I'm glad you said that shit, because I knew I was forgetting something, bro. It's like they want us to become the greatest version of ourselves, but they don't want to do nothing, bro. You can't tell the average black woman nothing that she does not agree with. If she don't agree with that shit, bro, it's like ain't no more peaceful discussion. Now it's let me raise my voice. Now it's let me insult you. You know what I'm saying? Now it's let me, I'm speaking from a place of trauma. I'm speaking from a place of hurt now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even having a normal conversation anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of pisses me off, is that a lot of times we all done been through shit, bro. We all done been through shit, but you can't wear your trauma on your sleeve. You feel me? This is a ring, bro. This ain't trauma. This is a watch. This is not trauma. You don't wear that shit on your sleeve, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not therapists. You feel me? You know what I mean? And we shouldn't be adding our trauma to our partners, bro. That goes for both men and women.
I'm glad you said that too. That's another thing that go on in the black community. We be so fucked up in the head, but scared to go get some help because we scared the next motherfucker gonna talk about us.
Exactly.
Like if you know you had a fucked up childhood or life ain't been go sit on somebody's fucking couch. Don't bring that shit to the next motherfucker. Don't bring that shit to the next person where now they trying to fix themselves, but now they got to try to fix you too. Now y'all supposed to be working together. We so embarrassed that somebody gonna talk about us. Oh, he crazy. You rather stay crazy than go and get the help you need to be normal.
Right. And it's a stigma, man. But I see a lot of different people breaking that stigma, man, and going to get some help, man, which is good because now you can get this shit.
Lie, bro. I had to do it myself. I had to realize, man. I had to go sit on somebody's couch and realize, man, like I'm fucked up. Like a lot of shit I'm doing ain't normal, man. Like this shit triggering from somewhere.
Yeah, man.
That's growth, though. That's growth. That's all.
Bro, I would never shame somebody for going to get help, bro. I will never shame somebody for going to get help, bro. And another thing too, like sometimes, bro, like when your girl or when a girl sex drive start to go like this, bro, you know what I'm saying? And you don't know why. And a chick told me this, bro, like maybe 3 or 4 days ago, and I never thought about that shit, bro. Some of them are on antidepressants, bro. And that shit has side effects, my G. And one of those side effects is that shit detaches you from sex, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we're thinking in our head like, damn, what's going on? She cheating? You know what I'm saying? Do I need to go get a haircut? Like, god damn, you don't like, you know what I'm saying? You don't like the kid no more. I need to do some push-up. What's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like they're dealing with that medication. And some forms of birth control can do that shit too. And I don't want to go down a rabbit hole. I'm just saying, like, while we on the subject of mental health, like that shit has side effects. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, cool. My thing is this, bro. The biggest thing that I feel like black men and black women need to do is compromise, bro. The men, to all the men out there, bro, you're not gonna get a Rihanna, you're not gonna get a Beyonce, you're not gonna get a Megan Thee Stallion. You feel what I'm saying? If you not, you know what I'm saying, Jay-Z, if you not, what's that dude named Rihanna? A$AP Rocky, and I don't forgot what dude named Dave Megan, Partisan Fontaine, I think his name. But anyway, the point is, if you not matching up to that, bro, because we all know women cost money, bro. To all y'all out there thinking that you're not gonna spend no money on no woman, bro, you might well hang it up, dog. Hang that shit up. You gon' spend some money. Even if you find one that's like, oh, I'm not really into that. No, we can go walk in the park. You still gonna spend. That's called soft dollars. Your time is called soft dollars. Your money is called hard dollars. And the more soft dollars you spend, the more hard dollars you're gonna spend in the long run. So you gonna spend money for it. So my biggest thing is compromise, man. Compromise. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like we need to give each other a break and cut each other some slack, man. That's the biggest thing, you know, because nobody out here is perfect, and nobody out here, even if you got your shit together, meaning you got the things an adult is supposed to have, that shit don't mean that you have your mind together, you have your heart together, like you said, Dre. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest takeaway from this shit, man, is that we gotta work together to get what we need to be. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, not to cut you off, but one more too, man. We gotta start breathing life into each other. You can have a Barack and don't even know you got a Barack because you're looking at the motherfucker like you ain't shit. Or you can have a Michelle, but you ain't elevating her. You got to know how to elevate your partner to get to that next level, because some people don't know how to elevate themselves. So you got to know how to elevate your partner to get the best out of them, man.
That's real. And you right, man. You right 1,000%, man. You right 1,000%. And it's hard for you to elevate your partner if you not feeling elevated. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, bro, a woman could make or break you, bro. Cause I done been with a chick who spoke.
Situation, man. That's your woman gonna determine where y'all gonna go, man.
Yeah. Cause she could be an anchor or she could be a goddamn 454. You know what I'm saying? One or the other. Either she just a anchor or she you know she your gas that run the engine, bro. She either gonna inspire you. You feel me? Or she gonna keep you stagnant, bro. It's one or the other. You know what I mean? And sometimes it takes us a longer time to realize which one she is. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm proud of y'all, man. I'm proud of y'all for finding somebody that y'all can get through life with, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that you can consider your partner and get shit done with. And we need more of that shit, bro. You know what I mean? We need more of that shit. You know, for me, I'm still out here in these trenches, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm still out here ducking the goddamn bobbing and weaving like my nigga Terrence, you know what I'm saying? I'm still out here bobbing and weaving, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of shit out here. But I'm going to be real honest with you, bro. Dating interculturally, not interracially, right? Interculturally, meaning she don't have to be from the United States, bro. She's still black. She can be from a country in Africa. She can be from Jamaica. You feel what I'm saying? Opening your horizons and seeing different women and talking to different women, bro. It'll put different life into your shit, bro. Because I had a chick straight up ask me, she like, damn, bro, like who you been talking to? Like, what type of chicks you been talking to, bro? Come here, let me show you something real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you how we get down over here. You be like, damn, it's like shit. I can be used to this shit.
Man, culturally can also be like, it could be someone from the same race, but let's just say, you know, if your chick come from a religious family and you're not from, you know, from the same type of family, that's a different culture. If your chick is, you know, into nature and you never been into that type of thing, that's a different culture. If your chick is a punk rock girl and you know she's into certain type of music or whatever, that's a different culture. So it ain't all about necessarily a different race per se, but just finding somebody that's different from, you know, where you come from.
Right. Opposites attract, man. And sometimes, well, you know what I had to get out of, man? We in Atlanta, bro. You can go to Dollar General to grab you some tissue, and then you like, God damn! Look at that ass.
What you do is go to the grocery store.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Now you walking over there, you like, man, you know what I'm saying? This girl could have all kind of shit going on, but all you see is that ass. You like, God damn.
Hey, I had to get that. That's why I'm in the situation I'm in. That's why I had to leave Atlanta now. It definitely happened.
They ain't gonna have all kind of makeup and they ain't gonna have all this. They're gonna be most likely with their hair looking real or, you know, no makeup. They're gonna look authentic. So it's like if you see her and she still look good in the grocery store, you know she on point.
You know she on point. And that be the thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I did the math, bro. And it's 8 women in Atlanta to every one dude. And it's more than that because we talking about black women. We talking about black women, right? We're not even talking about how many white women, how many Asian, so on, Hispanics, so on and so forth. It's 8 women to every, and we won't have the same girl. You know what I'm saying? We will not have the same girl, bro. It's like, here go my 8, here go your 8, here go his 8. And if he bullshit, I'm gonna take his 8. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you baptized in chicks, bro. You baptized in women. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's another thing too, because if you gorging on more than your fair share, then it's hard for you to be desensitized into trying to find a good woman for you, bro. Because it's like, man, it's so lit out here, bro. Like, how can I put myself in a position to narrow this shit down? And I had to start thinking about values, bro, instead of thinking about, you know, what the chick looked like and how many I got and just trying to smash something down and bust something open. You feel what I'm saying?
She got going for herself.
Yeah, man. I had to start thinking about that. Yeah, man. So, but it's been a good conversation, fellas, man. You know, I'm definitely bring y'all back, man, to the Watching My podcast. You know, part 2 gonna be with the ladies, and you know they're gonna eat my ass up. But I had to get some perspective, right? I had to get some brothers on here to kind of even this shit out and balance this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because we definitely, you know, I don't want it to be like a Kevin Samuels and shit where I'm just only talking to women. You know what I'm saying? I really want to have my brothers on here, and eventually I'm gonna get my brothers and my sisters on here so we can have a big panel of everybody together. You know what I'm saying? So everybody can kind of like, so because you already know they would have cut us off. They would have cut us off quick when we were saying some of the shit.
You have to have a moderator.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, bro. Like, I'm not gonna even really be trying to lead the conversation so much as I'm gonna try to make sure I'm gonna steer the conversation and make sure we're not running off the rails. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as long as you know we got some good topics and everybody's engaged, I feel like it could be, you know, good and productive.
Absolutely, man. So y'all boys stay up, man. I appreciate you for coming through to the Watching My podcast.
I'm not paying. I just said I'm not paying for it. I just spent $300. You can pay for it. Yeah, bitch, because you acting retarded. Okay. Because you acting retarded. Just pay for it. I'm not paying for shit, bitch.
You are paying for it.
Come on, we out there.
No, we're not.
Let's go.
We're not.
Yo, let's go.
You're really not about to do nothing. So, and then you got people recording like, pay for this shit.
I'm not paying for nothing. I just spent $300.
I don't give a fuck. You fuck me every night. Oh well.
I don't give a fuck. We don't have to fuck.
Okay,
there's kids in here. You disrespectful.
I don't give a
Come on.
Oh well, pay for the shit. Like you got me in line.
I'm not gonna pay for
Okay,
it
you are
now.
gonna
Dumbass bitch.
Stop the fuck disrespecting.
No, I'm okay. Okay. Yo, get that fucking camera out my face. I will kill you in this bitch. I will kill you in this bitch.
Okay, stop.
I will kill you in
Stop
this bitch.
disrespecting.
I will kill you in this bitch.
Do it.
I will
Stop
kill
it. Do it.
you. Lucky.
Do it. Ow.